Hello, legendary leaders, and welcome back to another enlightening episode of Legendary Leadership Bites. I'm your host, Fatah Khan, and today we are going to cover an interesting topic on consistency. And before I talk on this topic, let me tell you today, after being consistent on these LLB with Fatah Khan, the legendary leadership episode, we are here celebrating the 50th episode of LLB with Fatah Khan. So thank you so much for being with me for these 50 episodes because this shows the power of consistency and this shows the power of how you can actually continue to add value and together how you can create a beautiful universe where you're able to share and add value. And I thought on this special day, why not talk about consistency? Because if I'm able to consistently generate this content and I'm able to consistently add value, and if I'm able to consistently do these episodes of LLB with Fatah Khan, which is Legendary Leadership Bites, and get to the 50th episode, I'm sure each one of you can do that. And if you want to become a leader, one of the things that you need is consistency. So I thought, why not bring this topic on consistency? And while we are talking about this topic on consistency, I thought, why not connect it with the leaders and consistency? So today's topic is how to commit to consistency to become a legendary leader. Yes, how to commit to consistency to become a legendary leader. Because to become a legendary leader, committing to consistency is the key. Because we always hear this consistency is the key to success. But consistency isn't just about doing the same thing over and over again. Consistency is about more than that. Consistency is about delivering excellence day in, day out, right? You are setting the standard of performance for yourself and you are actually inspiring others to follow you with your actions, which is consistent actions. Now, here today, we are going to look at what are the things, how can you commit to consistency and how you can become a legendary leader. So, I'm going to share with you about 7 things that can help you to become consistent and become a legendary leader. So, what are these? Number one, set clear expectations. For you to become consistent, you need to have clear expectations, right? What are the things that you want to be consistent with, right? Define how consistency looks for you in terms of your behavior, in terms of performance, in terms of outcomes. What do you want that to look like? Because if you are not clear about what you want, you will never be able to be consistent, right? Of course, when you define, it's not like you have the 100% or the absolute clarity of what you want, but you actually understand that you want to do this and you have a big reason for doing this. Like for me, if I'm doing this consistently, the legendary leadership bites, this particular podcast, because I am very sure that this is going to add value to people in different places through different small leadership bites, and that makes me consistent. My reason makes me consistent rather than just my actions, right? Of course, reasons come first, actions come next. So I have a reason, and you also need to figure out the reason why you want to be consistent. And if you are able to figure out that reason, then define expectations with yourself. Set clear expectations for being consistent. Number two, lead by example. Now, if you want to become a great leader, right, you can't keep talking to people and you can't keep giving yarn. You need to lead by example because people will follow you. As a leader, your actions will speak louder than words, right? You might be telling 101 things, but will people follow that? Not necessary. But if you do something, if you show them, if you exhibit certain value, will people follow that? Of course, they will be inspired by you and they will follow that. So you have to lead by example because when you actually do something, others will model the behavior that they see in you. Because when they want to become like you as a leader, they will always model the behaviors in you. And consistency is one of the behavior or one of the attribute that you need to have as a leader so that people can model you and people can also become consistent. And then comes number three, which is create systems and processes. Now, for being consistent, one of the things that you need to have is a proper system and processes, because see, as we all know, people might fail but systems and processes never fail. But who creates systems and processes? Of course, people, right? So you need to create systems and processes around you so that it can help you to become consistent. For example, Like maybe, for example, if I have to give one of the example is writing down your goals in a particular diary, right? Writing down your schedule in a particular diary, right? Making notes of whatever things you want to do for the next day, like noting down everything or creating your schedule for the next day, right? So that when you wake up next day, you know exactly what you need to do throughout the day, right? And when you build that kind of a system and process for yourself in your life, you will actually become consistent. Similarly, in terms of taking actions also, if you have the goals defined, if you have clear things set up for yourself through systems and processes, it will help you. Systems and processes might also include like having an accountability partner. Systems and processes might include like having certain like a diary that you maintain. It can be certain tools that you use today. Because of technology, there are many tools that can actually support you to create your schedule, to create your goals, to stay consistent. So you can use systems and processes as well, right? And systems are processes are very powerful when it comes to creating consistency. And also today we all know automation, right? You can automate things. For example, if you want to be consistent doing certain thing at the at some time every single day, then can you schedule that? Yes, you can schedule that, right? If it requires you to be live during that particular thing, you can be live. If it requires you to be like virtually present, right, on a Zoom session, you can be that. Or if you want to actually schedule that by actually recording that, you can do that as well. But that helps you in consistency. The systems and processes that you can actually create can help you in terms of building consistency. Then comes staying flexible and adopt. Now, one of the thing a lot of people actually are not able to become consistent is because they are not flexible. They become very rigid with themselves. For example, you take up an action for yourself, a small action or a small habit that you are trying to build in yourself, which is to wake up every single day, say 5 a.m. in the morning, and to do some exercise. Now, you are not able to do that for a certain number of days for whatever reason, right? You might have some challenges in your family or some work related challenges, something that has kept you occupied or something that has disturbed you, or for whatever reason you are not able to do that. What do you do? Do you self beat yourself and you stop doing that? Or do you actually become flexible with yourself? You adapt again, and you actually change yourself, right? When I say change yourself, not change your habits, but then change yourself in terms of being flexible with yourself rather than being self critical, or rather than stopping that, you actually become flexible where you have not done something. Okay, it's fine, right? You don't have to be rigid, you don't have to be hard on yourself. Just be flexible and then start it again, because when you start again, there is always an opportunity for you to win again, right? So that is about stay flexible and adapt. Then comes focus on long term goals. Whenever you want to become consistent, see, one of the challenges in being consistent, for example, again, take an example of you want to build your body, you want to become fit, right? So how do you become fit? Of course, maybe by going to the gym, right? Hitting the gym every single day. But when you go hit the gym every single day, right, and you start looking at yourself in the mirror, you start looking at your muscles and all, do you see them already like automatically build in 2 days, 3 days, or 5 days, or 10 days? No. And when that does not happen, what happens to us? We start feeling bad, we start feeling sad, and we start looking at, oh my God, it's going to take me like an year to build that six packs. It's going to take me 6 months to build some good muscles. And because of that, there are chances that you might stop yourself, because you see the goal is like not really something which is which is something that which is aligned with the long term thing. That's where you need to align, and you need to focus on the long term goals. What is your long term goal? Why do you want to become fit? And by becoming fit, how does that help you in the long term, right? Whether it is in your business, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your personal life, when you connect this with long term goal, it's always easier, because after that you can actually put short term goals, and you can actually split them into milestones and tasks and actions. That's how you actually become consistent, by connecting everything to the long term goal or to a vision or mission. And then comes the next step, which is seek feedback and learn from mistakes. Now, we all, when we do something, we might do some mistakes. Even when we are actually doing certain things with your team members, we might do mistakes there. As a leader, it's okay for you to actually do mistakes. but it's not okay for you to not seek feedback. So seek feedback, right? Actually, you can introspect yourself as well, but you can actually seek feedback from others. Like, what are the actions that you can change? What is the behavior that you can change, right? So that you can actually grow and you can help your team members also to grow. So seek feedback and learn from mistakes. That's the next step you need to do. And the last and the final step that I want to share with you all is something which I see most of them missing. This is celebrating milestones. Now, you might have goals, right? You might have fitness goals, you might have financial goals, you might have health goals, you might have social goals, you might have spiritual goals, you might have hundreds of goals. But what you need to start doing is you need to start celebrating milestones, because consistency comes from celebrations. Like, this is something that has worked for me always. Like, if I do something, if I take an action, and because of that action, if something that's helping me in terms of my personal or professional, whatever growth, I actually celebrate that milestone. Because when I do that, it actually gives me a feeling of satisfaction. It makes me feel like, wow, I've done something which I want to do more, right? And when I reward myself, I feel more acknowledged, more appreciated. And you don't have to wait for others to acknowledge or appreciate you for your actions. You can do that yourself, because the more you acknowledge yourself, more you appreciate yourself, more you feel like doing that more consistently. So celebrations is the key to consistency. So keep celebrating the milestones, so that you don't have to wait for the long term goal to actually occur for you to actually go ahead and then become successful or become happy. So when you celebrate these things, it will help you in terms of becoming consistent. So these are the 7 things that can help you to commit to consistency and become consistent to become a legendary leader. To summarize, number 1, set clear expectations. Number 2, lead by example. Number 3, create systems and processes. Number 4, stay flexible and adapt. Number 5, focus on long term goals. Number 6, seek feedback and learn from mistakes. And number 7, celebrate your milestones. If you are able to do this, legendary leaders, you can become the legendary leader, because consistency is the key to success, and consistency is the key to becoming a legendary leader. So thank you so much once again for being on this particular episode, right? And until our next episode, before I talk about the next episode, let me tell you, today we have again completed 50 episodes of Legendary Leadership Bites. So I want to thank you all again for being here and watching me on this episode, either live or on recording. And thank you for being a great audience. And thank you for all your support to reach these 50 episodes. And one more thing that I'm going to announce today is we are going to change the timing of these live interactions of these particular episodes. It's going to change from the late night show, that's Legendary Leadership Bites, which was earlier announced at late night, that's around 10:30 p.m. to we are going to start this. We are going to continue the next episodes a little earlier in the evening, which is going to be around 7:30 p.m. So see you all tomorrow again at 7:30 p.m. So thank you so much, legendary leaders, for being here and watching me and supporting me on this particular journey, and for you to becoming, and congratulations for you on the journey to become a legendary leader. Until our next episode, keep leading with purpose and impact. Stay inspired, stay influential. Thank you.